incredible to be alone on the summit of Mount Everest above the clouds and just having reached that goal.
Our other top story tonight, a San Diego native makes it to the top of Mount Everest during what's proven to be a deadly climbing season. Roxanne Vogel finished the trek up the world's highest peak last week.
But as News 8's Shannon Handy reports, the Mount Everest adventure isn't one that comes without serious and deadly risks, especially in recent weeks.
This has been the deadliest season at Mount Everest since 2015. So far, 11 people have died. Most of those deaths have occurred above 26,000 feet near the summit. That's an area known as the death zone. I spoke with a San Diego native about the conditions. She just got back from Everest after successfully making it to the top.
It was just kind of like being in a dream.
It's a journey Roxanne Vogel will never forget. Last week, the San Diego native stood atop Mount Everest, a feat she completed in a record-breaking 2 weeks.
So most of the time to climb Everest, it's about a 2-month trip.
Speaking to us from her office in Berkeley, the 33-year-old La Costa Canyon graduate described how she prepared for the trip, including sleeping in this hypoxic chamber, which simulates high-altitude conditions.
So I would sleep in that every night for at least 8 hours, and it's basically like suffocating a little bit every night while you're sleeping.
Roxanne opted to climb up the less-traveled north side through Tibet. Most people use the south side from Nepal, where images like these showing a human traffic jam near the summit have created a firestorm of criticism. It's known as the death zone. Due to fewer optimal weather days this year, it's become overcrowded. Climbers have been waiting hours to get to the top, during which time oxygen supplies diminish. Some have reported having to maneuver around bodies. So far this season, 11 people have died. Compare that to 5 deaths total last year.
I had no idea any of that happened until after I came down and was at base camp. And then I saw some of the pictures and people were really worried, reaching out to me, thinking that I was on the south side, and they'd heard about climbers dying.
Permits to climb Everest south side cost $11,000 each. 381 have been issued this year, the most ever. Many are calling on Nepal officials to limit that number. Roxanne also suggests making sure people who climb actually have the ability to.
I think it's also up to some of the tour operators to not just accept any climber who's willing to pay the money to go and climb.
Roxanne says she feels fortunate to have safely conquered her goal, one she hopes others will continue to experience with added precautions.
There are other ways to go about it, I think.
Shannon Handy, News 8.